This holiday season, you better watch out, because Universal Pictures and Imagine Entertainment are planning to steal Christmas. A whole new world built across 11 sound stages, more than 300 visual effect shots, 1,000 man-hours in makeup, 1 billion watts of wattage, and one Jim Carrey. All brought together for the biggest motion picture production in years.
That worked out nicely.
From Brian Grazer and Ron Howard comes Dr. Seuss's classic story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. When Brian Grazer and Ron Howard first considered producing Dr. Seuss's classic children's tale, they knew they were taking on a formidable task.
The challenge was to be true to the Grinch as he existed in the books.
It was very important for us to remain consistent with the vision of Seuss and, more importantly, the spirit of the characters. I always saw Jim Carrey. Always.
Oh, no.
Jim Carrey brought a level of passion and total belief in the story, its entertainment value, and a sense of just the hipness of this character.
Oh, there's just so many elements you would not believe it, and I'm amazed at him and his ability to navigate that.
Jury duty, jury duty, jury duty, blackmail, pink slip, chain letter, eviction notice, jury duty.
That story is just such a part of Christmas for me, my whole life, you know? So yeah, it was incredibly important not to screw it up.
You're the
Grinch!
Whoville is this very upbeat place. People are very busy. They're happy, but they're busy.
There are the familiar faces of Jeffrey Tambor as the mayor of Whoville and Christine Baranski as the Grinch's old flame. Acclaimed Broadway actor Bill Irwin plays Postmaster Lulu Who. Saturday Night Live's Molly Shannon is his wife, Betty Lou Who. And 6-year-old Taylor Momsen stars in her first featured role as Cindy Lou Who, the little girl who is convinced that the Grinch is not really mean, just misunderstood.
She has the nerve to go up to the Grinch's cave and knock on his door and not get scared by the traps or anything.
Taylor Momsen is a real discovery. She seems to have an innate kind of understanding of the Cindy Lou Who character.
Mr. Grinch, my name is Cindy Lou Who.
There was one very crucial cast member who couldn't be found from central casting.
Max the dog is a very important character. Max lives with the Grinch, the only living creature that the Grinch seems willing to tolerate.
Oh, Max. I love you.
Max was actually rescued from a pound about 4 or 5 months before the filming.
As the cast came together, so did the crew of costume designers, set builders, makeup artists, and visual effects technicians who would be responsible for bringing the world of Dr. Seuss to life. Turning the production sketches, storyboards, and models into actual buildings was one of the most ambitious operations ever attempted for a motion picture.
I think there's certain Seussian rules that we had to follow.
And we're trying to flesh out something that is a line drawing in a book. So not only does Ron have the challenge of narratively fleshing it out, but how do we visually do it?
While the production and set designers focused on every minute detail of all 11 sound stages, the most critical element of the film was still under wraps: the physical transformation of Jim Carrey into the Grinch. It was clear that Jim Carrey's costume would have to be something special, and that his makeup could only be the work of the world's foremost expert, 5-time Academy Award winner Rick Baker.
I'd always hoped that sometime in my life I would be able to do a big fantasy like this, and I'm so happy.
I absolutely was amazed at his artistry. It was incredible. He just loves to have fun and get his hands dirty and get involved and create something, and that's what we're all about.
If it's going to work on anybody, it would work on Jim, because he's so good at contorting his face. He does this great Grinch face, right? He does a weird smile and stuff, you know. Jim's got, you know, a rubber face to begin with.
Jim Carrey wasn't the only one being transformed. Every Who down in Whoville needed a certain unique look, and it was up to Rick and his team to design each and every one of them.
The scale of this movie is so immense. Never have I done anything where we had, you know, 90 people in makeup.
Eventually, Ron Howard decided he had to experience what the cast was going through for himself.
I did dress up as the Grinch one day and directed all day long as the Grinch. It must have been very confusing for everyone else.
Great, let's move on.
That's just ridiculous. If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going.
Hundreds of costumes were required for the Who's of Whoville.
I really tried to evoke the feelings I had when I read Dr. Seuss as a child. It's really theatrical. We have a Prada Who and a Chanel Who, and I don't know how many people will notice that, but that made it a lot of fun for me.
While shooting continued at Universal Studios, work was already underway at Digital Domain, the visual effects team behind Ron Howard's Oscar-winning Apollo 13.
Probably the biggest challenge in this film is the sheer number of shots.
The set of Whoville is the largest ever built at Universal Studios. Still, the filmmakers used several computer-generated matte paintings to further extend the fanciful world of the Who's.
There's a blue screen wrapping around it that allows us to composite extended buildings, mountains, sky, etc.
Once every nuance of production had been carefully considered, there was one more crucial detail of post-production for Ron Howard to address.
Ask any Who, and they'll have this to say: there is no place like Whoville around Christmas Day.
Ron called upon the distinguished Academy Award-winning actor Sir Anthony Hopkins to provide the narrator's perfect tone and pitch.
It's total whimsy and total freedom from who we are and where we live, which is the great thing about doing this stuff.
I know we've created a world that is mind-blowing, that I've never even seen before in any other movie. I mean, that it has speed and color and light.
We all had our work cut out for us with The Grinch.
Tell it to stop!
We had great screenwriters. We went to Rick Baker, one of the world's greatest makeup artists. And of course, the extraordinary Jim Carrey. He's green, he's hairy, he's hilarious. And we've had a lot of laughs.
We did it! Cut, print, check the gate, moving on.
Now available to own on video and DVD. You're invited to a place where imagination
Buddy, are you rolling now? Are you taping? Because when the magic's flowing, you need to be taping. If I say, hey, I have some magic, and you say, hold on a second, I gotta get it, and it's gone, it's on you, okay? Not on me. It's not my job to always be magic. It's your job to capture the magic when it happens. No, stop.
Well, I lived next door to Jack for 3 years. I had the privilege and pleasure. And I kept having this idea of like Jack with a bunch of kids as his backup band. That would be a funny idea for a movie.
Excuse me, we're rolling on an interview. If you could just hold the noise, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, Mike was talking to me about this script before it was written. He was thinking about writing something for me and wanted it to be a musical. And it's not really a musical. It didn't turn out that way. Like a musical, people start singing for no reason. Like, I'm hungry, I'll get some cheese. And I'm sad because blah-bitty blue. That doesn't happen in this movie. There's a lot of music in it, but it's not a musical per se.
You write something for a specific actor, you know, you're really pulling your hair out going, if he doesn't like it, then I've wasted the last 6 months of my life. And so, you know, you're waiting to get the response, and he calls and he's, you know, I'm thinking, oh, he's not gonna like the character, or he doesn't like where the story goes, or whatever. And his main notes were like, I think he should reference AC/DC here. I think he should reference Sabbath at the end. I don't know about this reference.
Like at the top of the filter down starts at probably about 10,000 kids. I probably met, I don't know how many hundreds, 300 to 500 maybe.
Two years ago, 2 years ago, I was, or 1 year ago, I was in this radio program called From the Top, and they picked musicians from the program, and I think they chose me.
I have been drumming for about 5 years now, and well, when I was about 2 or something, I've actually been drumming my whole life, because my mom went to a garage sale and she found this old broken drum kit, and she said, this would be fun, give it to the kid, let him get some energy out. So she brought it home, and I would always be banging on it and hitting it and stuff.
Okay, rolling. I'm a guitar player from Belleville, Michigan, and got this part through a music camp. I got something online, and I went for an audition then in Chicago. Then I did that, then I got a call back in New York to meet Richard Linklater, the director. Then I got a call back in LA to meet Jack Black.
Want a cheese ball?
Can I have a cheese ball? Yeah, I'll have a cheese ball. Did you see that?
Yes, amazing.
Check it out, I'll do it again. Okay, that's enough cheese balls. Give me the list. Now I think I'll ask you some questions. How did you get the part of Summer in the movie School of Rock?
Well, actually, of course, my agent called.
Yeah.
They gave me the audition.
Yeah.
And I went down, and then we weren't even really thinking about it, and then suddenly we got the phone call.
Doesn't it suck when you don't get the part?
Yeah. It's not as fun, of course.
I've definitely not gotten the part way more times than I've gotten the part.
Me too.
Like someone told me, if you get 1 out of like 20 auditions, you're actually doing really good. So that means 19 times you're going to be like, you're not good enough.
And then 1.
And then one time you're good enough.
It kind of makes everything not as big a deal.
It makes it up for it. It's that good, yeah.
Does that distract you?
No.
Not at all?
Stop. That was good, Robert.
hold up.
Grab those really quick.
Okay.
Okay, if that really happens, you guys should, like, come to me, see if I'm okay. Call an ambulance.
When you watch it, you can tell he's totally willing to fall on his face. And I don't mean that in any bad way. It's just this willingness to just let go and do it. There's not this sort of reserve or fear in it at all.
And then we'll put in later, we'll put in an awesome stuff. Right. So you just got to do that and then just cut cameras. The kids rehearsed more than me because, you know, I had a lot of things to work on and do, and I needed my beauty rest. You're young. You don't need the beauty rest. Jables need the beauty rest. So the kids would usually be rehearsing for a few hours, and then I would show up once they were all warmed up and ready to really rock. That's when I came in. You're going to make it in my show. That's good. Stop.
Robert, who's playing the keyboards, has come from a classical background, and you know, you put a piece of sheet music in front of him, he plays it, you know, and but also in a very classical style, and he didn't really know, you know, he didn't really know rock music when the rehearsals first happened. I mean, it was quite a mystery to him what we were doing. You know? This part, think a little bit about rushing ahead a bit.
Okay.
Don't think of it so much as these as like equal sixteenths.
Right.
You know, think about rushing. Remember when we were talking about the horse jumping over the like it's like a horse just kind of barreling. Right. Think about trying to rush through it.
Okay.
Okay, you remember the.
We recorded the songs for the movie at Sonic Youth Studios. It was fun to learn rock and roll music.
What is, how did it go? The smoke on the water.
It's.
Joey's playing guitar. His father is also a musician who played with many famous musicians himself, and so he's been raised in that sort of Detroit rock school of things. So he can really play in that Stooges, Ron Asheton style really, really well, better than some people 3 times his age.
I had to learn how to play electric guitar a little bit because all I play is acoustic guitar, and I'm still not very good at electric guitar, and the truth is I'm not very good at acoustic guitar, but I make up for it with intensity.
Well, Jack Black, he's the nicest guy. I mean, you know, he acts like he's just, 11 years old, just like me, and we'll like just jam with each other and we'll tell jokes, and he's a really cool guy just to hang around with.
We think that he's kind of scared about being funny around us because he's been in like adult movies and he curses a little bit.
You. We get 1 foot on a PG-13, I think. That's the one. That could be it. Right off camera. Play this game sticks. You use your fingers. And the thing is, somebody had the stomach flu, and then it started to spread. Everyone was getting this slippery stomach flu. So there was a new rule, no touching allowed. You could only do stick. Check out this game.
Jack, come on,
5-player.
We always play sticks, and we always play fun games that that kids play. Just play slapping games and patty cake and everything.
Soul sister number 9, sock it to me one more time. Said, Ngawa, we got the power. Said, Ngawa, we got the power. Little Sally Walker was walking down the street. She didn't know what to do, so she jumped in front of me. She said, go on, girl, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. Said, go on, girl, do your thing, do your thing. Stop! Not too shabby. Thinking about making some new rules, because I hear about a lot of these movie stars that like make rules. Everyone has to, like, no one's allowed to call me Jack Black. I'm the White Tiger. So when they talk on the walkie-talkie, they're like, White Tiger coming to set. Just because it's, I'm like precious cargo. If someone knows that I'm here in this building, there could be plots to kidnap me or abduct me.
Take one. Hey, Mark. Action.
Ned, Candace from Horace Green wants to know where to send your check.
Who? Hold on. Hello? Uh-oh. Fire! Fire! Ah! Oh, my God! Dude, call 911! Call 911! Give me the phone! Give me the phone! Oh. 911!
Yeah,
you got it?
Call them.
You got it?
Oh my gosh, it's on the wires!
Seriously.
What happened was the flames got out of control. Sarah was in trouble, and I leapt into action. I was running over that way to get the fire extinguisher. Luckily, another dude had one over here. But there was no danger because I had it under control. Complete control.
That's really embarrassing. Sorry.
Did you get that? Did you get that? I didn't want you to get that. When I'm saving a piece of gum over there on a magazine, and I go back and get it later, you don't need to film that. I'm gonna need to see all of this film at the end of the day. I want a tape of it in my trailer.
Well, when you're working with someone like Jack, who comes with so much skills, you pick up on a little nuance, something they do, a look, an expression, and you just register it. And maybe you will that work in the movie? You know, where's the appropriate place for that to work? Or if they do it in a rehearsal, it might be 8 weeks later you're actually shooting that scene that you rehearsed way back when, but you just have to remember, like, oh, you did a funny little look right there.
And the legend of the ranch was way hardcore. That's what I'm talking about. That's The Rock.
By the time you're actually shooting it, it's really no longer funny to you. Something you rehearsed forever, something you have put all this time into, and then you're shooting the 7th take of it. You have to just trust that it's going to be funny in the future. Right now, we're just working.
Because you're not hardcore.
No, you're not hardcore.
Unless you live hardcore.
Unless you live hardcore.
Yes. Okay, good. Now I'm going to sing my part. It's true that this was the most fun I've had making a movie, but it was also the most work I've ever had to put in. Because not only was I, you know, acting, but I was also stressing about all the music, and I tried to write all the music, and then I had a nervous breakdown and said, I'm not a good enough, fast enough writer. I need help. And then we got some other writers involved, and I was like, come on, you guys, what are you doing? Let's hear what you got. What do you got? What do you got? You guys don't have enough. I'm going to get some other guys. And I'm going, like, trying to get bands together to write stuff, and luckily it all fell into place right in the nick of time.
and the vision of the rat was made hot to yeah! Boom! Sorry for the spit.
Richard brings reality, and he brings like an honesty and like a believability to the thing, which is important because I'm always sort of going 10 miles too far over the top, and sometimes I have a tendency to go crazy ham and cheese, and he reins me in. He brings it back to reality.
Jack describes it as a process of me reining him in, but I swear, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. That was not an agenda of mine to rein him in any way. I mean, we did a lot of takes. We rehearsed it forever, and we'd shoot a lot of takes, and Jack kept coming with new ideas.
Do you really think that Dewey would, explode cheese out of his nose? And I'm like, yes, I think it's real. He's like, all right, well, let's try one take where you don't. And then that'll be the take that he uses.
You know, he was easy to work with. I don't ever want to create the impression that, oh, he was this Tasmanian devil of energy. That's what people kind of want to project. Like, what was it like working with Jack? They just see this energy ball, you know, and that you have to just rein him in like you would a wild stallion or something. But it's like, it wasn't like that. You know, he's an actor. He came up through theater. He's very serious about his craft.
Sorry, guys. That was way out of line.
How'd you get in acting?
The first time I acted, I was at Passover Seder. I'm a Jew, by the way. I think I was like 11. And after Passover, this friend of my mom's was like, now it's time to play the freeze game. She's like a, hippie kind of lady. And we were like, what's the freeze game? And she said, what you do is two people get up and do something, and then whoever's in the audience says, freeze. And then the people that are doing something, like someone's like churning some butter, freeze. And then you come in and you tap that person on the shoulder and you take their body position and you change the scene and you go, I'm gonna box you. Now I'm a boxer. But this hand doesn't work right. Whatever.
I played that.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I got hooked on that immediately.
Battle of Bands was, that was one of those big challenges that you see on the schedule. It's like you see your opponent coming up. Oh, we're going to play this team at the end of the schedule. Ooh. The Battle of Bands was up there. We got a week to film this. We've got a day that we're going to have, I think it was 1,000 extras.
It was like a dream come true. When I walked into that room and saw the smoke and the lights and the big crowd, I'm like, when is Metallica gonna come out on stage? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a huge...
This D is the most important movement of the... It's both the dramatic and musical climax of the film.
And Robert, D's right here.
But no. See, he's doing 2 Ds. He's giving double the effort.
He's giving 2 Ds of
double the effort.
That's bad. That's...
For the claps. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Baby, we were making plays.
But we were stuck in the dumb days. Don't take much to memorize your life. I feel like
I wasn't nervous in front of the crowd because it's so fun to play with the crowd. Like you tell them something, or you like raise your hand, woo, and they go, yeah.
The more people, the more abstract they get. It's like, okay, move 500 people over there for this shot. Okay, move them. Okay, now we need the whole place. And we just had shots we had to get on the days we had everyone there, and then lesser crowd days we were shooting the other direction or maybe smaller. So you just plot it all out. But it does bring a huge energy to what you're doing when you have an audience. It's just fun to look out and see 1,000 faces watching what you're doing. It's like, wow, it's fun. And Jack was great with the audience.
Connecticut. Okay.
It's always a little bit weird when the camera's rolling and you're performing for the camera and an audience. There's two different types of pressure and stress. And when you combine the two, it turns it into possible combustible Edison. And my brain almost exploded from the pressure. Luckily, I'm a pro.
I think the name officially started being School of Rock instead of The School of Rock. On the script, everything was always The School of Rock. As we got into production, I think there was a memo like, we'll now start referring to this as School of Rock. Get that "the" out of there. Which was fine, but we had already shot that opening sequence that had The School of Rock. And so it even came out, I was in the sound mix, and it's like, well, should we digitally try to alter out that The School of Rock? You know, the Hulk got in a lot of trouble when they came out as Hulk instead of The Hulk. Or what was it? They were Hulk. No, they should have been The Hulk, and they were just Hulk. No, is that it? It was something. Anyway, there was an issue about cutting out the, and fortunately, just because I thought it was all silly, fortunately, there were already trailers in the theater, and there's a shot in the trailer where the doors open and you see The School of Rock, so that put an end to that.
But I think movies that have a "the" at the beginning tend to be more successful. That's my own market research. No one has told me that's the case. Although Titanic has no "the." Or was it The Titanic? Was it just Titanic? So I guess that's why we went with just School of Rock, because it was just Titanic. You know what? I'm wrong. Movies with "the."
Take a look! Perhaps it's a witch. Of course not. Witches have brooms.
It's that Poppins woman, Mary Poppins.
Oh, of course. Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins. Is that your name?
That's her name. And here's the behind-the-scenes story of the making of Walt Disney's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious masterpiece.
Mary Poppins, practically...
Mary Poppins, which was filmed on this soundstage, was the studio's triumph of special effects, animation, and live action. It also won 5 Oscars, more than any single Disney film had before or since. But those of us who worked on the film, and all of us who've come to love it, know it was the story beneath the special effects that turned the movie into an enduring classic.
In a way, Mary Poppins is the culmination of Walt's career, in that it draws on everything he'd learned how to do, blending animation and live action, integrating songs with story, and of course, not the least, his great eye for talent. Because after all, he's the one who brought Julie Andrews to Hollywood for the first time to make this film.
What many people don't realize is that Walt Disney's interest in Mary Poppins dated back to 1939. Mary Poppins had been published in 1934 and was wildly popular in England. Walt's brother Roy Disney began negotiations with the author, P.L. Travers, in 1944, while Travers was living in New York to escape the Nazi bombings of London. Many years went by, but the tenacious Mrs. Travers finally released the film rights to the equally determined Mr. Disney in 1961.
Mary Poppins is a live musical fantasy. The whole story is carried out by live actors. And it's, of course, we have a lot of tricks of the trade here that we incorporated into Mary Poppins.
Instead of giving the book to a screenwriter or animation director, Walt first called upon songwriters to look at Mary Poppins.
Our songwriters, Dick and Bob Sherman.
The Sherman brothers had started working for Walt, doing incidental songs. But when he came to them and proposed Mary Poppins, this was again on a different plateau. He knew it, and he made them know it too. He got them involved in helping to build the story. The songs came out of the story, and the story led to the songs. It was a perfect integration of music and storytelling.
One day Walt handed us a book, and it was Mary Poppins, and he said, read it and tell me what you fellas think about it. And
We circled
6 chapters.
An amazing thing happened.
Walt opened his copy of the book, and he had circled the same 6 chapters.
What a feeling.
The Sherman brothers set to work with storyman Don DeGrady, who developed their story ideas through drawings.
Don DeGrady came in one day with a sketch of a little chimney sweep.
In casting the pivotal role of the Magic Nanny, a bright young musical star caught Walt's eye.
It's Julie Andrews, incomparable Broadway star of My Fair Lady in Camelot.
How did you pick Julie for the part? Well, I went to New York and I caught the performance of Camelot. Of course, I'd heard her records and things, but it was Camelot that I saw her in. And then I went backstage and I tried to talk her into the thing, and I tried to convince her I was capable of making a picture with live actors as well as cartoons. I didn't know what she thought of me and everything. I think I put on quite an act there that night, didn't I?
Impressed, Walt. For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
When you see Julie Andrews and Mary Poppins, she's so perfect. She's so wonderful. You wonder how anybody could have turned her down for anything, and yet the great irony was that was the same year that My Fair Lady came to the screen, and that was the role that she had made her own on Broadway. But Jack Warner of Warner Brothers passed her by for the movie. He didn't think that she was movie material.
In a casting choice that many critics thought odd, Walt chose All-American Dick Van Dyke as Mary Poppins' Cockney companion, Bert.
Well, it's my 3rd motion picture, but the best one I've ever been in, the best one I ever will be in.
Known by then as the star of his weekly TV comedy series, and he was wonderful in it. But he'd already been on Broadway as a musical comedy star in Bye Bye Birdie, and Mary Poppins let him show all his talents. A natural dancer, a wonderful singer, a man of just tremendous charm and presence.
Child actors Karen Dotrice and Matthew Garber, who had starred in Disney's 3 Lives of Thomasina, were cast as the Banks children, Jane and Michael.
We better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. She's wonderful.
Film and stage star Glynis Johns was cast as the suffragette Mrs. Banks.
I don't think we need bother the police, dear. The facts of the matter...
Kindly do not attempt to cloud the issue with facts.
Prim British actor David Tomlinson joined Mary Poppins as Mr. Banks. Disney favorite Ed Wynn made a cameo appearance as Uncle Albert. And the role of the Birdwoman was played by Jane Darwell, best known for her role as Ma Jode in The Grapes of Wrath. Mary Poppins was her last film. But establishing a distinguished human cast for Mary Poppins was only half the job. There was an animated cast of co-stars too, and all of these actors had to perform together in a fantasy world.
Combining actors and animated characters allows you to create scenes and situations that could never happen in real life. Long before Roger Rabbit was just a gleam in an animator's eye, Walt Disney was experimenting with a way to place people in an animated world. This rare silent film was made in 1923. Live action and animation came together in seamless perfection in a... Thank you.
It's a jolly old day with Mary. No wonder that it's merry that we love.
The warm and nostalgic London settings for Mary Poppins were also created by Movie Magic, entirely at the Disney Studio.
In the 50s, Walt had also acquired the services of a very talented painter named Peter Ellenshaw, who became the undisputed master of the matte painting, which is a painting on glass. You paint on a piece of glass that's then positioned in front of the camera. When the camera looks at the painting and there's a piece of glass left open, the piece of glass that's clear sees the actual set and combines it with the painting.
I painted a view of the city of London at late afternoon, and the sun had already gone down in the painting. And behind the glass, because I'd painted it on glass, as I had on this one, made little holes in the paint so that we could put lights back of it, and the lights would all come on gradually all over the city, or appear to.
In many ways, Mary Poppins was Peter Ellenshaw's masterpiece as well as Walt's, because he painted 102 glass paintings, and they're just brilliant. Eyes over London in a variety of fanciful settings, and many of those settings were made possible and tangible by Ellenshaw's great artistry.
Even Walt's newest technology, audio animatronics, had a featured role in Mary Poppins.
This is a little robin that we had in Mary Poppins. And this little bird sang a duet with Julie Andrews.
Sat down, all right, what are you going to do? I said, well, this is dance that I learned in England, Walt, and it was a kind of cool audience. So it's called Knees Up, Mother Out, and you link arms and you dance across the room.
Stepping time! Stepping time! Stepping time! Come on, mighty, stepping time! Mary Poppins, stepping time!
All through 1964, every soundstage at the Disney studio bustled with the production of Mary Poppins.
I never saw a sad face around the studio. This made me nervous. Then a horrible thought struck me. Suppose the staff had finally conceded that I knew what I was doing.
This rare outtake exemplifies the
sky. It's the entertainment thrill of a lifetime.
While Mary Poppins was in production, Disney geared up one of the largest and most enthusiastic promotional campaigns in the history of the studio.
Mary Poppins, the fabulous adventures of the world's most charming and delightfully eccentric heroine.
In grand Hollywood style, Mary Poppins met the world.
Tonight, all of Hollywood awaits the world premiere of Walt Disney's Mary Poppins. Here in the forecourt of the renowned Grauman's Chinese Theater, there's a surge of excitement. Famous stars are cheered by the crowds.
Critics greeted the film with raves, unlike any seen at Disney since Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In 1965, Mary Poppins was honored with 13 Academy Award nominations and went on to win 5 Oscars, including Best Actress, for the woman who wasn't considered movie material, Julie Andrews.
Oh, this is lovely. I know you Americans are famous for your hospitality, but this is really ridiculous.
In 1991, Julie Andrews was honored at the Disney studio as a Disney legend.
Mary Poppins was the first film I ever made. Walt was kind enough to bring me to Hollywood, and it was the best learning experience I could ever have had. Apart from anything else, it taught me how to fly.
Mary Poppins also won an Oscar for its fantastic visual effects. The Sherman Brothers musical score won an Academy Award, as did their popular song, Chim Chim Cheree. Awards and accolades aside, in Mary Poppins, Walt Disney found a special meaning that moved him deeply.
This was Walt Disney's office, and often on Fridays he'd ask us to come down and talk with him.
Then he'd say, he'd look to me as I play it, and I pretty much knew what he wanted. He wanted to hear his favorite song. Every time I played it, he would sort of go out, look at the window, look outside, and get a little misty-eyed. It was really his very favorite. After he was gone, I'd still come down on a Friday afternoon and play it for him. Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes.
In the end, the film that touched him so personally was also Walt Disney's greatest professional triumph.
I think he saw, as he always had a knack of seeing, he saw in this material something far above the ordinary, something that was worth spending time and money to turn into something that might live on and might be more than just another good movie. And indeed, that's what he built. He built himself a great movie that I think is his masterpiece.
Goodbye, Mary Poppins. Don't stay away too